So first question is, which of the following substance will turn red litmus paper into blue? We know that there are two type of red litmus paper, red litmus, and there is also blue litmus. So these both are basically used to check whether the given substance is an acid or a base. So red litmus plate, particular paper, will actually use for when you have bases. So base will actually change the red to blue color, and this blue litmus we use for acids, which will change blue color into red. Okay, these two are the changes. So we just need to identify among the given choices which one is base, which will change the litmus paper into blue. So if you look at the option lemon juice, that is a base, that is sorry acid, that is called citric acid. Now if you look at vinegar, that is also a daily household acid, that is called acetic acid. There is other name like ethanoic acid, that is also called acetic acid. Now orange juice, that is also a acid, that is ascorbic acid. So three acids are there. Now remaining baking soda solution, that is also used for cleaning purposes, as well as baking soda powder we use to actually for making baking purpose. So this baking soda solution is sodium, hydrogen, carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate is basically a base. So base means it will change the red litmus paper into blue. So the correct answer is option C. Now, second question, which acid is naturally present in our stomach to help in digestion? So this is also one of you might know. The answer is sulfuric acid, not nitric acid, not sulfuric acid, carbonic acid. Nitric acid is also written as HNO3 as a subscript. This is the way to represent the molecular formula. Sulfuric acid is represented as H2SO4. So H2SO4 means that is a strong acid, but that is not found in our stomach. Now, carbonic acid, this is H2CO3. So, where does it found? H2CO3 is actually found in soda. That means drinking sodas, carbonated drinks, soda, or we'll say carbonated drinks where fizz or Sprite is there, Mountain Dew, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. All of this is a carbonated drink. So, carbonated drink will be having carbon dioxide mixed in the liquid under high pressure. So that is carbonic acid. So our answer is option B. So which gas is mainly responsible for the greenhouse effect? So greenhouse effect means basically trapping the sunlight within the atmosphere of Earth. So if you look at oxygen, that is a sustaining gas. Nitrogen is also in our air for breathing. Helium is also there. So only gas which is causing the greenhouse effect is option B, that is carbon dioxide. Now, if you go to the fourth option, when magnesium burns in the air, magnesium ribbon means magnesium is basically a metal. It is fundamentally a metal. So a white powder is burnt. So when you burn something like a magnesium ribbon, what will happen is when you are burning this one, let's say you are burning this one, what will happen? Let's say I placed a collector or something here. You will be hitting some white powder. See, whenever you are burning something, what does that mean? Burning means magnesium is there. You are burning means you are burning means you are simply reacting whatever that metal and making it in contact with the oxygen gas that is in the atmosphere. We are just giving a spark so that reaction will start. Otherwise, it will not start immediately. It will occur, but very slowly. We are just giving a spark. I mean, heat we are giving so that reaction will start. So once the reaction start, what we will be getting is magnesium will combine with oxygen and we will be getting something called magnesium oxide. Okay, not magnesium sulfate, not magnesium nitrate, not magnesium chloride. You'll be getting magnesium oxide. So the answer is option C. So fifth one, acid rain is caused mainly by the presence of which gases in the atmosphere? So acid rain means you can think about what are the main acids. What acids will be causing? You know the acids. Some of the strong acid is hydrochloric acid, Or sulfuric acid is there. And there is also the presence of nitric acid. So we just need to identify which way this acid can be formed. So look at this name, hydrochloric acid. That means something containing chlorine should be there. So look at the option. Is there anything that contains chlorine? No. Now sulfuric acid, strong acid. These are all strong acid. Acid rain means strong acid should be there. Okay. In our atmosphere, carbon dioxide is there, which will form something called carbonic acid. Okay, but that is not a strong acid. That is a very weak acid. That is the acid that is present in the carbonated drinks we have seen in the last question. So that is a very weak acid. So that is not enough to actually cause the acid rain. So that means there should be something else. Sulfuric acid should contain sulfur. So which option has sulfur? Okay, this option has sulfur. So that means this option can be a potential answer. There is no other options. So we can eliminate all the options. Nitric acid means that will all contain nitrogen containing something. So nitrogen oxides. So answer will be option B. Now, sixth question, if a solution turns red litmus blue, we have already seen red litmus to blue means that should be a base and has a soapy touch. So obviously, that is a base. The answer will be option B. Now, seventh question, shiny iron nail is dipped in copper sulfate solution and left for some hours. So which of the following observation is correct? So this is an experiment where we are actually dipping. This is, let's say, a drop, and within this, I'm just adding a drop of nail. Okay, so this is a solution of copper, copper sulfate, and this one is iron nail. So what will happen is copper sulfate is there, iron nail is there. So iron is more reactive than copper sulfate. When you're saying something is more reactive, that means it will always remove the less reactive metal. That means iron displaces less reactive copper from its solution. That means copper will be completely removed from this solution. So copper sulfate color, if any of you have seen, that is basically a blue color solution. So if copper is removing from copper sulfate, what will be there? Only sulfate will be there? No. This sulfate will actually combine with iron and you will be getting iron sulfate, which we never write it as iron sulfate. We will write it as ferrous sulfate. So ferrous sulfate is comparatively green in color. Pure ferrous sulfate means you'll be getting green in color. Here we will not be having that much ferrous sulfate, very small amount only. So we'll be getting a green color solution. This blue color will disappear, you'll be getting a green color solution. We can say nail gets red brown coating because the color of copper metal is reddish brown. So basically you will be getting reddish brown coating. This coating is due to copper metal. So solution was blue. So blue solution will change into pale green. So the answer is option P. Now if you go to the eighth question, deforestation continues at a rapid rate. How will indirectly affect the acidity? Acidity of rainwater, what will happen? Already know that. When the trees are there, what will happen? So acid rain, we already told you acid rain will be caused by sulfur dioxide as well as nitric oxide, which will result into stronger acid rain. Right? But at that time itself, I told you there is also carbon dioxide, which can also form something called carbonic acid. In small amount, that is fine. You only imagine if you drink so much amount of soft drinks, what will happen? You will also feel a little bit suffocated. Feel will be there, right? So similarly, more carbon dioxide are there. That means more presence of acid content will be there on the rain or anything that will be coming. So if trees are there, deforestation means cutting down trees. So if trees are there, tree will basically absorb carbon dioxide. So less trees means more carbon dioxide remains in the atmosphere. That means that will increase the acidity. Okay, so the answer is option A. Trees do not produce sulfur dioxide. So answer B is anyway incorrect. Trees increase oxygen, so fewer trees means no acid rain forms. Acid rain has nothing to do with oxygen, so that is also incorrect. Deforestation has no connection with oxygen, that is also incorrect. Only answer is option A. So student mixes lemon juice and baking soda in a test tube. This is an acid, citric acid, we have already seen. This is also a base, which we have already seen. He notices bubbles of gas forming. Which gas it is most likely and why? So this is a tricky question. So lemon juice, when it is reacting with baking soda, what will happen is, see, its formula and all you don't need to remember. Lemon juice or any acid, if you take lemon juice plus any acid instead of this, or you can take any acid, and if you react with baking soda, which is nothing but sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate means any acid, if you basically react it with this particular thing, carbonate. This gives you a clue. Carbonate means whenever any acid is reacting with this one, this will always release something called carbon dioxide. You might have studied whenever an acid and a base react, you will be getting salt plus water. So only thing extra is carbon dioxide that is always forming whenever an acid is reacting with baking soda or sodium hydrogen bicarbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Another name is sodium bicarbonate. Okay. So the answer is option C. Now 10th question. Why do iron object rust faster near sea than desert? The rusting means that is due to the presence of moisture or air. That is the reason, right? Air, or we can say oxygen, water, or anything, right? So why it is rusting near sea means deserts means less moisture. First of all, less moisture content is there, and salt. Why it is rusting faster near sea means sea has higher salt. Salt means whatever that is acid and base react, you'll be getting salt. Salt is actually highly corroding in nature. Corrosion will be faster, so rusting will be faster. So the reason is higher in salt and moisture. Okay, salt means in sea you'll be having something like sodium chloride will be there. Sodium chloride plus water. Water is already causing rusting so much. Sodium chloride will, what will happen is this both will combine, and whatever you are getting is a much more effective agent. Okay, this is much more effective in rusting than just having water. So the answer is option B.